Welcome, everybody, to the 2025 Derby City Classic. This is the first of three divisions. This is the Bank Pool Division, and we are in round 11. I am your host, Scott Frost, and we've got a world-class match for you on our screen. Shane Van Boening versus the great Shannon Murphy. Shannon Murphy, no stranger to the game of bank pool, or any game for that matter. He is from the Cincinnati area. I should be careful when I say that. I know that I could get scolded, but I believe he's from the Cincinnati area. I've been up in his neck of the woods many times. Shane Van Boening, well, there is no introduction. He is very well known. Over the rules real quick, they are lagging for the break. It's a race to three, winner break. There are no kicks, caroms, or combinations allowed, and it is call pocket. Jump cues, well, we haven't seen them used yet, so I don't really think they're allowed. Shane Van Boening with no losses. Shannon Murphy with one loss. It's a must-win for Murphy. Right out of the gate, a thunderous break. The wing ball flies in, the one ball, they're all going. Now the reason he's looking at the six is he's closer to it, considering the top right corner. I don't know that the five will play to the left side. It's pretty close to the rail. One thing that Shane is great at is acceleration. When he hits with power, probably the most accurate today in the world. On to the top right here with an outside ball. And very well struck. That was all out commitment on the make. Now he has position. This is the only angle I have. Can't quite tell if he can see the two. If he could, it makes a huge difference, but instead he can cross the nine at any time to the top right. Now you can catch the 9-4 with a high right ball or a high outside. That'll allow you to catch it a little fuller, come to the right of the three, and it opens the pocket up a bit. You'll probably use some speed. And this is just how he plays these banks. He likes power. But when you use that power, you better be accurate. So now only 3 balls left on the table. He needs all 3 to win the game. First to make 5 win the game. So I believe 4 will spot because he just made one on the side. If he doesn't get out here, balls that he made on the break and the ball he just made on the side will all spot at once. So he's got to be aware of that, which we already know he is. Considerable in the 5 inning coming down to the bottom rail. Yeah, he's looking at the cross corner. If the kiss is on, it could be real bad news. Might just knock this up and away. Just in case, going to the left side. Cue ball should finish low here. Oh, so he took a chance, got a kiss, and Murphy will be thrilled. This is why I touched on just making the 5. That way you ensure you get the cue ball down here. 4 come up, nothing free with the 5 being down here low. Looks like he's going to cross the 9. He is aggressive as well to the top left. And just a little thick. How's the cue ball finish? Not good for Murphy. He's got the 4 cross side, and that's what I'm assuming he'll take, just because he's a little below the 6. Yeah, maybe he's going to take the 6. It's hard to tell exactly how he lies here, but he's going to take the 6. So maybe he's above the 6 more than I think. Yeah, dead in the heart. Playing for 2. Is he crossing the 4? Yeah, a little easier to judge. That 9 ball, very tough. It could just fall off the rail. So the 4 to the top left now. Does he use a lot of power again? Not as much, but he did get the cue ball low. He's going to leave a cross side on the 5. Yeah, but what happens when you use that power, you know that the ball's going to shorten up a little bit. Yeah, and speaking of power and shortening up, that ball just shortened up. Got to catch it thicker if you're going to use power. He's got the 8. He's got possibly the 3. At least I believe he's got the 8. Yes, he does. Still playing for 2. Just gonna punch this in. Now what? Four to the top left, possibly. Now he's gonna back cut the 5. He's close to it. 5 to the top left by the chalk. Oh, and he's hit it so sweet. This guy's pretty good. SVB takes game number 1. And the bad news for Murphy is that when Shane is in control of the break, it can be a little difficult to dodge. Playing on a 9-foot beautiful black diamond blue label, Pro Cut pockets, 4.5 inch. By the end of this event, they will play pretty snug. The next event that we've already creeped into is 1 pocket, and the final event is the World 9-Ball Tour ranking event, and it is 9-ball, with the 9 racked on the spot. Yeah, and so Shannon Murphy did lose. Like I said, he's on the 1 loss. This is a must-win. Lost to Louis DeMarco 3-0. Louis, world-class bank pool player. Keep your eye on the blue 2. Well, forget about that. It's long gone. Always the goal to make the wing ball. And Shane, one of the best at it in the business. He's looking at the 7. He can power up. Kind of shorten that ball if you'd like. He's got some options. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to the corner, if he shortens this, or if he feels like he can twist it. Pretty sure he's going to stiffen this ball up. Oh, he did twist it. Just a bit thin. At that pace, it's hard to get the 7 to really turn over. Kind of the World's Fair here for Murphy. Duck, duck, goose. 8-7-5. I felt like that was a lot straighter than it was, so he had to kind of cut it a bit and draw above the 7. Well, he's got 2 down. Going to the lower left with the 4. I think you just come naturally out above the blue 2 rails. He's overcut it. Maybe a little quick there. Got down on the ball and pulled the trigger real fast. Typically a sign of the heart rate being up. Cross side. SVB can possibly get 2, maybe 3 from here. I don't know if he can get down towards the green 6 and 2. If he can, then real bad news. Of course, he's got to bury this first. And now what? I don't believe the 4 plays at all. Yeah, pretty clever. He's obviously got one of the highest pool IQs in the world. He was aware all along that the 4 didn't bank past the 3 and 1. Completely troubled him up with the 2, 6, and 9. I like what he's looking at here. Why not just roll up on the 4 softly? Sometimes the most simple play can be overlooked. I like this as well. Make the 4 now. He has to shoot away at something. Very hard to keep Shane off of some type of a bank here. I feel like going that direction is even worse. Can you tickle off the bottom of the 3 and kind of just weld him up to the bottom of the 1? A little tough. Maybe you could shave the 3 in front of the 1 and just leave him to the right of the 1 to where the 1 or the 3 doesn't bank. Kind of like this. Maybe a little thinner, I was thinking. Pretty good win in round number 7 versus Ruslan China-Flu, and he beat Nathan Wallace 3-0 in round 9. And then Chohan, pretty good win there, beat Chohan 3-1. Went for the 3. A little bit long. Got an opening on the 1. Oh, he's hit it great if it can get to the pocket. I think it has. Don't want to hit. Oh, what a great hit there. Almost feel like he decelled accidentally just a little bit, but you have to ask him. I think he might have played it that way, but it just looked like he decelled a little bit. Great play there, just stopping this cue ball. Long reach as well. So he wants to catch this thick and stiff it up to the lower right. I don't believe there's a kiss. Yeah, a little thicker. Murphy leading 3 balls to 1, but that's not enough against this guy. You get the looks, you've got to execute. Gonna go forward. One of the best to do it, he and Skylar Woodward, with a level cue and a high cue ball to the lower right. Wants to bring the cue ball past the left side of the stack and up table, I assume. Yeah, a little thick again. But so hard to get the cue ball all the way back down here. Catching that ball the way he did. Not as easy as it looks. Now, can you avoid any type of kiss on the 3? If not, probably just want to come off the 2 here and back down. Towards the chalk would be ideal. Just easy to get a little scared of what you leave, Shane. For good reason. Needs that cue ball to settle, or Shane will be rifling at the 2. The best in the industry, in my opinion, with power. He'll probably draw this cue ball all the way back towards the chalk right here, just left center of the diamond. Oh, I'm just a little off. That's the problem with so much power. If you don't split the wicket, it can spit out. This is duck soup, right? He can play it in the lower right corner, just kind of stun up towards the left side and then cross the 3. Now he chose to go forward. That's the 4 play. Yeah, really, as easy as that bank was, I thought he'd just stun up towards the left side. That way you've got kind of a 2-way cross corner on the 3, the upper left. Now he can play it down here to the lower right. He's going to have to draw out of this. Just beat the side pocket with the cue ball, so a little dangerous. Boening needs every one of them. He's not upset by making the 3. He'd like to get the cue ball back down here by the chalk. Oh, he caught the piece of the 9. It is in your hands, Mr. Murphy. Now, real good look as well, right? You can just drop down here with a low ball towards the towards the right diamond up there. He had a great hit. Wow. Hard for me to believe that ball held up. I felt like he hit it real nice, but maybe just a fraction hard. Not out of the woods yet, now forced to come off of these balls. Boy, I don't know how much of the 2 he can see, but if he could use the 2, it would stay there, so to speak. You might just open the 6, but if you're forced to come off the 3, you don't exactly know what all's going apart. Yeah, really good. Really, really good. Completely kept SVB off of anything aggressive. He's going to do the same thing, I believe. Just use the 2. The 6 will hold it there. Like to have the speed where the 6 falls under all these balls as well. That'll work. I believe. Can 4-rail this 6 with a free cue ball, or a pretty free cue ball. Four rails to the top right. Really, this is kind of a low outside ball. You're just snatching out of the upper left, coming 3 rails towards the center of the table down low. Oh, he got it way too thin. Scratched his head the minute it happened. And I mean, really, really thin, really quick again once down on the ball. And I know he'll agree with me when that's happening, but we don't know it when we're doing it. That's the problem. If somebody could, tap us on the shoulder and say, hey, you're about to pull the trigger too soon, well, that would be wonderful. That's not the case. Wow, okay. it to the side here. All right, he's got it down. After a few small stumbles, Murphy on the board. Did lose, like I said, to Louis DeMarco. 3-0, but he did beat Mika Immonen 3-2, and he also beat a pretty well-known player, Evan Lunda, 3-2. So squeezing by the hair of his chinny chin chin, a couple of 3-2 matches. That being said, boy, in a race of 3, it's really, pretty much a coin flip when you've got 2 great players. It's all about the break, who gets the looks after the break, and how well you execute. But a 2-0 lead is absolutely nothing in this format. It can go against you quickly. Like to get the 7 down as he just screws his break cue together. Wow, well, look at this break. Parked snow. Very well. And look at the 2. This is what I'm talking about. When you get these opportunities against one of the greatest to ever live, if not the greatest, it should get you up. It's go time. Kind of in the middle of no man's land here, just on the 50. I like the corner, he likes the side. And that's why. Doesn't have the pace, does it? It doesn't have the pace, does it? Wow. Hard to believe that ball found its way all the way down here to the lower left. It's a little cold-blooded, I would say. Back cut. The bank into the right side. Track 3 rails straight down in here to the lower left. He didn't even believe he scratched. He didn't see any stress on his movements until it really got close. Pretty interesting the way he played that ball. He used a high cue ball. This might not make sense to some, but I'm going to explain it. So when you use a high cue ball banking an object ball, it opens that ball up and gives what we call a go-in English. So when Skylar Woodward, who I've commentated a bunch, uses a high cue ball, he can be more accurate, catch more of the object ball, and allow it to open up and make it a bigger pocket. Versus a low English now acts as the opposite on most banks. You can talk to John Brumback about a low ball when you're banking. Sure, it's great when it's needed, but it does make the bank much more difficult, especially if you're linked to the table with power. And it just simply shrinks the pocket. Alright, kind of testing him here. Isn't there anything better? If you miss this, what do you leave? Going to the upper right, you're going to collide with the 5, I think. Well, forget about missing it. Does he have a look at the 5? And a little grin on his face tells me he is eclipsed. What about the jump cue? I really don't know if they're allowed or not in bank pool. We just haven't seen it, but this would be a real good scenario where it could possibly be used if you've just got to jump a sliver of the 9. So you're looking to shorten it up and just cross it below the 5. So an outside ball would back the 9 up. Now he's looking at the jump bank. I can't fault him if the 9 isn't a big ball to get over. who needs a jump cue? Who needs a jump cue? Not Shannon Murphy. Alright, is he looking at once or 3 times to the right side? Oh, once. Take the pot, young man. With position, and he is capable of doing the damage. Playing for 2. Starting to get a little more comfortable, this kid. Not really a kid anymore. Been around him a long time. Great guy. 7 ball, I believe. Does it have the mustard? It does. Man, Boening wins game number 1, and Murphy with the last 2. He is on the hill, race to 3, and he's breaking the balls. Pretty good performance there. Used his full cue to jump a sliver of the 9 and really start the rest of that run there with the 5 in the lower right. And he's playing like this is his last life. Well, he would love to have a repeat of his last break. Gets 2 down and just have a nice opener on a crossed side. And the last game he did scratch as well. Made the 8 cross side and scratched 3 rails in the lower left. Boy, he does hit him with some power, doesn't he? Great look on the 7 here to start things out. The 2 lays nicely. Everything kind of out in the open here. Probably going towards the 9 a little bit, I guess. Oh, just short. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Hit it with some speed as well, and I think that might have had something to do with the 7 coming just short of the pocket. Has a look at the 8 cross corner. Possibly the 9, whichever one he likes. I think the 8 is pretty straightforward. Boy, if he gets it down, he can do some real damage. Alright. Just a tad long. Stumbling a bit, SVB, maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure. Round 11, no losses. Long bridge there with the 7 ball. Yeah, really long. A little awkward. He wants to move out of this kiss with an outside ball, kind of going towards the 7, I would assume. He maybe caught it a bit thicker than he would have liked. That one always tends to want to drop downward. Got Shane thinking. Does the 7 pass the 2? Alright, he's going to the upper right. I believe this carries position on the 3 or the 2. Short. I notice a little bit of a flinch in the back arm. I never see it from SVB, but maybe after contact the arm came in a little bit. Looking at the cross side on the 5, you can play the 9 to the upper left if you'd like, but this seems pretty straightforward unless it's a little higher up than I think. The 6 is good. Yeah, I was going to say, if you miss this, you tend to miss it low. That's what's happened. Those are the ones you have to make. He knows it. Leveled out on the 4 with a high ball. 6 does bank. He's got to choose what he wants to do with the cue ball. Does he want to punch and kind of stay there, draw back? Most likely just going to punch this. End up kind of stunned following that ball. Dangerous. These guys, neither one of them have really played safe. I feel like if you're considering that, now might be the time. You could do something with the 6. Alright, looking at the 9 to the top left. Past the green 6. You're going to go into the 7 here. Oh, very good. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Still into the first event. These tables are already holding the ball up with a pretty good speed so far. Playing a good cue ball. Looking at if he rolls the 9 in, what he leaves. We'll leave a cross side, but I don't feel like it's very easy. There's a lot of pressure behind that cross side, in case you happen to miss it. SVB leading 1 ball to 0, though. You don't really want to move the 5. Is there value kicking past the 6 in front of it, just down there towards the 1? Alright, so he's going to leave the cross side. This is a tester. Shane chooses to go at it. All right, he's going. I'd rather go down trying to win versus go down trying to lose or playing defense. cross side on the 9. Oh, and he's hit it sweet. Really sweet. Look at how the cue ball's finished in really a brutal position for Murphy. What do you have here offensively? Could you two-rail the 8 towards his hand where that pocket is now and kind of just draw the cue ball back like it's free? Just going to play the cue ball, and you can't fault that at all because the cue ball is perfect. Really got to be careful here because the 5 helps you. If you bring the cue ball back down, it kind of protects against the 8. Straight back. Yeah, you're going to move the 5 and come down. You're going to leave some type of a straight back to the top right at minimum. Didn't do bad. At all. Didn't think about coming all the way over to the right side. Now he could have left it cross side. He's looking at the cross corner on the 5. So he must feel he gets a good cue ball out of this. It's the only reason he would play it. Yeah, does he come to the right or left of the 7? He's going to leave a cross side if he wants it. Evaluating that now. Pretty thin. I think if he could get into the 8 enough with a low outside ball to where he's drawing towards maybe off the bottom rail here towards the 6 or the 3, he would consider it. I don't know if he's too thin. Going cross side now. Needs all 5. And Boening needs 3. Oh, the kiss was just out of the way. Cue ball was sweet. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the 5th, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Backup table with the cue ball. Doesn't want to make the 1. Forgot about something there. Thrilled to get 2 out of this. I don't really see where the second one is, but on the cross side on the 1. Where do you get with the cue ball if you go to the top right here with the 8? Oof, actually hit it really nice too. He's left the 3. Shane playing for 3. Got a nice bump off the green. Now I can go to the upper left. Pretty free. And stun this softly to shorten it up. Wow, that ball really held. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it if he just made the 7. He needs 4. SVB needs 2. Yeah, that's going to work out. I'd be surprised if Shane made the 7. I'm really surprised that he made this ball. Not that he's too concerned about it, but when you're leading 3 balls to 1, I guess he just doesn't care. Typically don't want to get balls in play, and that was one of the only balls Shannon really couldn't win with. Now, that being said, maybe Shane felt like he could trick him into this. Again, bridge underneath here, I believe. Yeah, so this makes a difference. Nice closed bridge. You just don't want to over-thump this. Yeah, which he has. Lost all control. He's going to leave the 6. Like, almost perfect, I believe, unless it got a little high. Wow. How do you shorten that up too much? SVB making a few mistakes now in round number 11. Never dream in life he's going to miss that bank, at least to the short side. If you're going to miss it, you're going to miss it long. Murphy going at the 3. What a strike. Now playing for 3. And a huge win versus SVB. Yeah, I don't think he really wants to play the 8, being elevated over the 6 like that. Pretty stretched here. Spin could throw the 6 up. Going back to the 8. Really not going to get a free cue ball. Unless the 8 covers the straight back up, which I believe it might have. If it did cover the straight back up, Shane taking a look now. Not thrilled. Can't blame him. He's made some mistakes late. That's bank pool. Very difficult game. If the 6 doesn't play, you're really taking a chance to cross the 5. I don't think he does that. He must feel that he can go forward here and slam this ball home. Short again. This is the power that Shane likes to use. It's going to stiffen the ball up a little bit. He has just been short on several of these. Playing for 3. All right. This is the big one here. Got to get the 5 down, playing for 2. Just a bit thin. Just a bit. And he crossed the 2 to the top left. Yeah, I feel like he can play the 2 to the top left. Is he looking at some type of a trick shot here? Yeah, just coming off the 8 here, believing a good cue ball. Really a good object ball as well. Pretty awkward on everything. 3 balls apiece. Yeah, typically not a proponent of this, but I cannot blame him. Yeah. Lost the cue ball a little bit into the rail. Now open cue ball for Shane. On to the lower left. Just gonna pound this as well. I was going to say, historically been short. Table may be changing a little bit as well into the later evening. We are in Elizabeth, Indiana, where the humidity is prevalent. The river is close, just right across the road. The room's full of people. Going to the top right corner here. Is he leveling out? I think it's the best way. Yes, he is. That's long. You gotta seal the deal when you have those opportunities. Can't let the moment get to you. You just gotta beat the guy. Not gonna give it to you. You have to take it from him. Playing for 2. stopped him. Going twice to the top right corner, but if he doesn't catch that point, he kind of ends up flat on the 8 and 2 here towards the center diamond with the cue ball and on the rail. He's worried about leaving something on the 8. Hard to tell what kind of angle he's got. Boy, I would be surprised if he goes defensive here. Playing this 4 rails, it's going to be short. And a little bit of the golden magic from Van Boening. I believe the 2 has gotten covered by the 8 straight back. If not, he might be able to shorten it and pound around with the cue ball. It's close, but you know this ball wants to shorten anyway, so I guess you've got to think like the 2's not even there. Oh, and he's knocked it down. He has buried it. I tell you what, he'd like to bury the blue and move on to round 12. Let alone deliver Captain America his first blow in 12 rounds. Well, that's not going to happen. It's still round 11. No blows have been delivered. Going to the top right, I would assume. Few times, Murphy, when he's got down on the ball, he's pulled the trigger a little bit quicker than others. Tells me the heart rate's up and he's just trying to get it done and over with. I get it, been there a million times. That's when you have to settle yourself, though. Looking to tie this up. And this guy, look at the time he takes when it comes down to it. Just short. Going 4 rails, the problem here is, can you get the cue ball away? You tend to want to hit this thin just to get the cue ball away. He's leveling out a little bit. No, he's going to punch. Yeah, just short. All because you want to get the cue ball away. Oh, and I believe he can stiff this ball up if he wants to play it to the lower right. If not, we'll be looking at another 4-railer. This is close. Just long with the great cue ball. Now Murphy in a pickle. Can't blame him going to the lower left. It's an extreme high right ball. Just want to level out. Really don't want to catch this too my goodness gracious, he's hit it good. You cannot ask to hit it much better than that. He's left a straight back, but boy, you hit it really good. He gave himself a chance. That's really all you can ask for. Does he twist this? Across the face, the 2 is so close to the rail, tough to do. I think he's got to cross the face of it. With kind of a low, just an inside ball, you don't want to hit this too hard. What has happened here? That is the first mishit we've seen that was glaring by SVB. I don't even know where he was going. Maybe to the top right? But that was a big mishit. Cross side for Murphy to get the job done and make it another round. Watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball twice into the upper left. Heartbreak Hotel. My goodness, I did not expect it. I don't even think he thought it was scratching. Look at Shane's got a grin on his face. I wonder if he ever thinks, man, I'm lucky. Or does he just think, man, I'm good? One of the two, but never both, I promise you. Just going to roll on top of the 8. I feel like this shot can be dangerous if the table drifts at all, or there's something on the bed of the cloth. But you can see the benefit to it, and that's not the case. Murphy has to be sick. You've got to elevate here with an extreme left ball. Try and get twice down here to the bottom rail. And maybe got into the 8 a little much there, more than he expected. Still keeping pressure on Shane, but now roles are reversed. Shane needs a ball. Murphy needs them all. I think he goes at the 8. He's been short with it multiple times due to the power. Table probably changing a little bit more humid. Murphy's got him thinking. This match could have been over with. 4 rails. Really, so gaining the respect from SVB is Murphy. Gonna play the cue ball. He needs 1. Can't fault him. But everything has gone sideways. Fortunately for Shane, the 5 is finished funny. I was kind of surprised at the decision. I felt like the angle was a little too flat. He would love to punch the 8 in and get on that left long rail for the 5 down here to the lower left. How do you respond after making your game ball and scratching twice in the upper left? Big shot here. Do you think he's going to get something on the 5? Oh, and he's landed perfect. Really all part of the decision of SVB. Murphy has definitely got his attention. Down to the lower left. Oh, and he has ginned it. Let's go, baby, the crowd says. SVB taking his first knock into round 12. Both players will go. Both players now with a loss. Man, Boening, it was not set up quite like that, They were a little more to the left, but I think you should have banked the 8, which was the 2 at that time, and that's what he looked to do there. Neither here nor there. SVB takes a blow. They're both on into round 12. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.